How many of these people right here are really alive? They're not really missing. They're just being hidden from them by, the citizens, and they're being, helped by the police to hide these people from their parents or, whoever, is looking for these people. How many of these people are really missing people, or they're just, using the color of law to hide the truth to where they are? Because, I've been screaming out for the last at least 6 years, and the police will not investigate. They laugh in my face and mock me. They seem to be in on it. I've seen people that, have told me that they think what, the police did to me is funny. It's not funny. I can't prove anything because you're hiding the truth. The police will not investigate because they treat law enforcement as if it's a joke. Meanwhile, I'm being tortured and I'm homeless and I'm stuck between the people who are trying to hide the real truth. I'm stuck right here in the city that conspired to make this happen. This person right here, I'm pretty sure I saw him just the other day. Well, I shouldn't say just the other day. About 6 months ago, 7 months ago, in the year 2024. Says he came up missing in 2023. I'm pretty sure I saw him in the year 2024 at this location right here, Velma, Oklahoma. I mean, you can see where we are. This is Ardmore's right here in this area right here. They said he came up missing down here somewhere on Highway 81, somewhere out here. But I saw someone who resembled him alive. And he came out. My mother went into the store right here to use the restroom. He came out of that store and he walked right in front of me looking very upset. He looked sad, like he'd been caught doing something. It was this store right here. It was about a year ago, about 6 months to a year ago. He came walking right out here. And he looked right at his hair was all curly. It looked just like, that person right there, that Noah guy. Charles Ray, Tom Fuller, class of 1988. I've seen this person many times. In 1978 to 1979, Charles Ray was the person who would hit Woody Posey in the back of his head to knock his retainer out while we were in the second grade in Medill Elementary School. I was a little kid. Charles Ray was a 17-year-old. He was training to be a teacher's assistant. I got him in trouble for that, so he'd stop hitting Woody Posey in the back of the head. And he said, "I'm going to get you back for this one day." And look at what he's done. He's got the whole cities, Oklahoma, all the cities in Oklahoma, Texas, conspiring to hide the truth about my dead daughter being alive so he could pay me back. Who else does Charles Ray know? He knows a lady named Trudy who worked with Glenn Baum at the University of Texas. I met Charles Ray while at a friend's house near Kingston, Oklahoma. I'll show you that area in a few minutes. Charles Ray was a 29-year-old senior in the class of 1988 at Lone Grove High School, right here. A 29-year-old senior. People know the truth. They don't want to tell the truth. Here he is right here. That's Charles Ray right there. That's him, Charles Ray. Who's he pounding around with? That's him right there. Tom Fuller, Charles Ray. Kent Fondry. Who wanted me to play, drums with him and stuff like that, and, stuff like that. But let's keep going for him. There's another picture here that's very important to see. Where are you at, Mr. David Van Buskirk? Where are you at? There he is, David Van Buskirk. This person is related to Bruce Mills. Bruce Mills is the person who I was told raped Trin inside of the Richardson police station while Stone Cold Steve Austin just let it happen. He's related to him. See where I leave off. The year 1995 to 1996. I worked for Glenn Baum at the University of Texas as an electronic technician, as a tech staff assistant 4. I did not know that Charles Ray knew anybody there. Around 1997-2000, Charles Ray was a technician at Alcatel Networks USA. In 1997, Charles Ray was working in Trin Lee's area. In 1998, to 2000, Charles Ray was in the 1680 OGM group, and he was working in the area I was working in. Now, From the year 2001 to the year 2005, I had learned that Charles Ray's dad dated a woman named Trudy, who was working at the University of Texas at Austin, in the same building that Glenn Baum worked for. In fact, I'd met this Trudy lady. I'd met her, and that was someone that Charles Ray's dad had dated. People in which Brett Finery knows that Charles Ray is affiliated with. Every person in Lone Grove High School from 1988 and around that area, 1987, 86, 88, 1989, 1990. He knows them. 1991. Glenn Baum from the University of Texas at Austin. Every person whom I worked with at Alcatel Networks USA. James Sorg mentioned Charles Ray's name. He said he worked with Charles Ray at Illuminator Technologies. James Sorg was my boss at Signal Technologies, a Crane Corporation, while I was working in right before I left to Austin, Texas, around 2004 through 2006. Then I left and I went to Austin, Texas. How deep does this conspiracy go? Charles Ray has been using fake names and changing his appearance so people do not recognize Charles Ray. Have a good day.